kindergarten. Today we're going to do a little more work about an animal. Okay, we're just starting the process of thinking about animals. And you are going to be, in the next couple weeks, writing an informational book about an animal. And you're going to be researching and finding out facts and information about an animal and writing it down and sharing it with the class, hopefully. So books there are many, many books about animals. I have one about hippos. I have one about otters, which of course was one on my list that I was interested in. I have one about cats. Oh, I have one about sharks. Oh, so many good ones. Oh, I have one about polar bears. So there are just so many books out there about animals, non-fiction books that give us facts and information. But I'm going to stick with my book about lynxes. Okay. The other day I made a list of animals that I was interested in learning about. And as you remember, I had otters, lynx, a tiger, and a snake. And I think I'm going to go ahead and focus on the lynx. Excuse me, kindergarten, I'm going to grab my water. I'm going to grab my water and take a drink. Thank you. Okay. So the other day I read this book to you about lynxes, the lynx, and we learned some facts and information about what lynxes are like. So today I'm going to go back to the book, and I'm not going to read the whole book again, but I'm going to take some notes about what I learned about lynxes. Okay? I'm going to use sticky notes. I have big sticky notes. You would not have to use big sticky notes. I'm using big ones so you can kind of see better. You could use the regular size sticky notes, or if you don't have sticky notes at your house, that's fine. You could just have mom or dad cut some slips of paper that you could keep to do some writing on. So we're going to go through this book, and I'm going to think out loud for you about things that I learned about lynxes. I'm going to try to focus on the most important things that I learned about lynxes. I'm not going to try to write down every single thing from this book. That would be a whole lot of information. But if I want to learn about lynxes and I want you to know about them, then I have to decide what are the most important facts that I learned. Okay, and I did learn some things that I didn't know before. So I'll go to my book, Lynxes, by Victor Gentle and Janet Perry. And I'm just going to go through the book a page at a time and look over it and remember. I remember on this first page that it told me where lynxes live. And I'm thinking that's probably an important piece of information. If I want you to know more about lynxes, I would want you to know where they live. So let's see. It says, winters are dark and cold for half the year in Canada and the northern United States. This is where lynxes live. Aha. They live in Canada and the northern United States. So I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write the word live, and I'm going to write the word Canada. Canada is the country above us, to the north of us, kindergarten. And they live in, excuse me, the northern part of the U.S. So I could say northern U.S.A. Okay, so That's a note to myself so that I remember that. Where do they live? They live in Canada and the northern part of the United States of America. So that might be in Montana and Wyoming and states like that that are up at the top of the United States. And I might want to get a map out later and look at where some of those states are. All right, so I think that was the most important thing that I found on that page. So now I'm going to go to the next page. Ooh, this is the page that told me what they look like. Okay, so they have, Canadian lynxes have short, thick fur. So this is kind of what they look like. I think that'd probably be something important for you to know if you wanted to know about lynxes. So what do they look like? Look and like are two high frequency words, aren't they? What do they look like? Okay, they have short, oh, there's that stick out your tongue sound. Thick, oh, there's the F, putting my teeth on my lip, fur. Okay, they have short, thick fur, and let's see what else. Ooh, this is where it told me that they have those large, furry feet. So I better write that down because that was a good thing for them to have. Why was that good for them to have? So I can say big, furry, fur-y. The Y is making the E sound at the end of that word. Big, furry feet. Why was it important for them to have big, furry feet? Do you remember? Remember, it helped their feet spread out on top of the snow so they didn't crunch down into the snow, and then they could move really wet, really fast, right? So far, I know they live in Canada and the northern United States. I know they have short, thick fur and big furry feet. And I could even draw a picture of their foot if I wanted to, just to help me remember. There's their foot with the fur coming off. You know, I can draw a picture too to help me remember. Okay, let's go to the next page. Oh, this is where it told me that they have those ruffs. They have the kind of long fur around their neck and around their faces, and they have whiskers. They have whiskers around their eyes and mouth. So, okay, I'm just going to draw. Here's where I'm going to use a picture. I'm going to draw just a quick sketch. This isn't any big fancy one here, just a quick sketch. But I might want to show lots of whiskers. And then I want to show that ruff, and I can just kind of look at the book. Kind of just is a ruff that comes around their neck. And then it looks like they kind of have ruffs on their cheeks too. Okay. Oh, and it says they might even have a few little whiskers around their eyes. Okay, so I have a picture here just to remind me, and I could maybe label this. They have a ruff, and I could put an arrow there and an arrow there, and then they have whiskers. And I could put an arrow to show the whiskers. Okay, so that's going to remind me that they have whiskers and a ruff. Okay, so I'm going to go to the next page. Oh yeah, this is when it talked about their eyes. And it told us that lynxes can see better in the dark than any other cat. I thought that was really cool. So how am I going to remember that? Well, I'll just draw. Now, if this is me for my thinking, you might have done it differently, but I'll just draw a big eye. And I'm looking at that lynx eye. Oh gosh, they have beautiful eyes. And I'm gonna say, it says that they can see kind of like if you were holding a candle up. So maybe I'll just put a picture of a candle there by the eye. So there's the lynx's eye, and there's a candle just to remind me they can see in the dark. They can see in the, those are all high frequency words, dark. Okay. Anything else that I should say? Let's see. Oh, now this is telling me, what do they eat? That's probably a really important thing for you to know. Do you remember what the book told us lynxes eat more than anything else? Remember, they eat the hair. Not the hair like the hair on your head, but the snowshoe hare. The snowshoe rabbit, right? So the snowshoe rabbit is white and it blends in with the snow. But I'm going to, you know what? And I think this time I want to make sure I get snowshoe rabbit spelled correctly. So I'm just going to use my book and I'm going to copy the words snowshoe. Actually, they're hares. I was saying rabbit, but they're hares. So I'm going to say that they eat snowshoe hares. Okay. And I just drew a picture of one just to remind me. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else? I think those are the most important things that I learned. I know where they live. I know what they look like. I know what they eat. And I know that they can see in the dark better than any other cat. So for me, for today, I think those are the most important facts that I learned from this book. So those are my notes that I've taken. Okay? So, kindergarten, you are going to be choosing an animal that you would like to learn about. All right? So, I want you and your mom or your dad to, you have a couple different options. Because we aren't at school, you're going to be doing this research at your house. At school, I would go up to the library and I would just check out lots and lots and lots of books for you to choose from. At home right now, we're a little limited. So I want you to go around your house, see if you have any nonfiction books about an animal that you would be interested in. You very well may. Epic is also another great resource. You can search for books written about an animal, and they have all kinds of books at all different grade levels about animals on Epic. So that's another area that you could use. You could also use the internet with mom and dad's help and find articles there about animals. So I want you to start thinking about what animal you want to research, okay? You've got your list that you're going to make about which animals you're interested in. You've already done that. And then now it's time to choose one. Choose one animal, find a book about that animal. You're going to be reading it with mom or dad. And then mom or dad is going to help you take some notes about important facts that you learned about your animal. Okay? Maybe 4 or 5. It doesn't have to be the whole book. Okay? Be thinking about where your animal lives, what your animal eats, what it looks like, and then maybe something just interesting that you found out about that animal. All right? This is fun. It's always fun to learn about an animal kindergarten. I know you're going to enjoy it. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.